Hello again, thanks for choosing us. The Civil Aviation Authority is challenging claims it owes together with the Ghana Airport Company an amount of 80 million Ghana cedis to the Ghana Meteorological Agency. According to the Director General of the Ghana Meteorological Agency, the amended act of the agency enjoins the two organizations to pay a percentage of every fee they charge in the operations to GMet. However, in an interview with John News, Eric Esuming says the two companies have refused to make the payment since 2019.
It was a lot, to the tune of over 18 million Ghana cedis.
Over 18 million? 18 million Ghana cedis?
Yes, since the act was passed.
2019?
2019.
So 2022?
2020.
June?
Yes. In fact, as at June 2021, I had a data. And as at that time, they owe us about 60 million per the data that I had. We are supposed to do a reconciliation with them. And written to them, we've not been cooperating that much. In fact, when we cry and cry and cry, they will throw something at us. Take this. But that's not what we are looking for. It's a law that must be complied with. What does the law say? So if you even give me a certain amount, what percentage of that to the how much you have collected? What is that? And so we've had some series of meetings with the airport company and civil aviation. And with the airport company, we started a reconciliation with them. We've not gotten far. We met only once. We're supposed to get us the data as challenging the one that we think we have. Because the argument is that, well, billing is different from, it's different from what they have received. So they can expect this much, but actuals may be different from the projected. And so I said, fine, whatever it is, you have the data, let's sit down and let's do the reconciliation so that we know exactly how much you owe us. And then how are you going to, when are you going to pay the money? Start paying. And they have so many excuses that they give. But I think Ghanaians were aware of your challenges. And in spite of that, they give us the law. We also have our challenges. So you can't use your challenges to deny us what Ghanaians has given to us.
So why is it difficult for them to do that? What have they been telling you?
The airport company will tell you that they took loan to build Terminal 3 and developing airports, and this loan has been guaranteed by the government, and they are using those receipts to service the loan. And so they give it to us to affect them servicing the loan. That's airport company argument. But seriously speaking, civil aviation, I don't get the argument. The argument is that they are challenged, they don't have enough money, and there are difficulties. We all have difficulties.
But the Director General of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, Charles Krakui, has disputed the quantum of debt as demanded by the Ghana Meteorological Agency.
Yeah, it's true that in 2019 there was amendment to the GMet Act. In the Act, Ghana Civil Aviation is to give them a portion of our aeronautical revenues. So what we did was that we had a meeting with GMet, including the DG himself, and had a meeting personally with him, and we all agree that we're going to do a reconciliation of the figures. So the two teams, our finance team and their finance team, have been meeting, and they are yet to come out with figures. So I was surprised that he's mentioning figures 60 million, 80 million, and I've never seen that figure. So until they conclude on that reconciliation meeting, we have no figure. And from there we can come out with a payment plan on how to go forward with payment. So that is where we are. Okay. And we are still talking, I'm still talking with the DG. Before we come out with a payment plan and we finish the reconciliation, we've been giving them some payments. And the last payment that we gave them was 400,000 Ghana cedi. That was in March. And he can confirm as well that we've given them some payment. And apart from that, we've been supporting them in their maintenance activities. We are buying new equipment for them.
Well, Eric Suman of the Ghana Meteorological Agency joins us via Zoom with more on this following that challenge by the Civil Aviation Authority. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on Joy News Prime. So the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority says there hasn't been a conclusion on exactly how much they owe GMet. So how did you arrive of this total amount of 80 million Ghana cedis?
Thank you very much, brother. If you look at my interview, the earlier interview, I indicated that per the information I have, the data that I have, as at June 2021, they were owing us about 60 million, both companies. And up to December, we estimate that it was about 80 million. That's as to December 2021. We are in June 2022. And so this figure, for me, is even a conservative figure. Well, I also indicated that they have the data. The raw data, source document or source data is with them. Per my estimation, you owe me conservatively over 80 million. They should come out with how much, but they have collected the money. They have all the data, they have the figures. How much do they owe us? I throw that challenge that day, that they should come and dispute my figure and give us the right figure that they think it was. Thankfully, he did not dispute the fact that the law has been amended and that they are supposed to give some of their collections, specifically landing, 10% landing charge to Ghana Meteorological Agency, 10% of overflights charge to Ghana Meteorological Agency, and then 5% airport tax from airport company to Ghana Meteorological Agency.
Well, Mr. Suman, that is not what is in dispute. For them, even the conservative figure of 80 million for the two companies is what they're challenging. They're wondering how you came to that conclusion because they say, first of all, they have not sat down together with you to agree on what exactly they owe you or how much they owe you. So this conservative figure is what they are challenging. And I mean, if you do not have, if you say the records is with them, how did you come by this conclusion?
Well, as I said, as at June 2021, I had a data. I have the data and I've written with that data to them, to our ministry, attach copious copies and details of those analysis that we have done from our points to them, to our ministry, to show them their indebtedness to us. And that's the information I have.
Well, Mr. Okweku also in that interview says they have made some payments to you, some 400,000 he mentioned there, as well as supporting your training. How do you respond to that? And all of that should go into the calculation if some monies are to be advanced to you at all.
Yes, I admit somewhere in March, they gave us 400,000. If you remember in my interview, I indicated that we cried, they throw something at us. My concern is, what is that? What percentage of that are you giving me? You are supposed to give me specific percentages of your collection. So if you are paying me, I'm expecting that I've collected this much, and this is your 10%, this is your 5%, and this is your 10%. Not just to give me 400,000. Is this 1% of the money you are supposed to give me? Is it 100% of the money you are supposed to give me? That is not good enough. Yes, with a lot of efforts, they give us that money. And we are in June. We spoke about March. From January to date, that's only receipts that we have received from.
Have you officially written to the ministries in charge to make sure that this issue is settled well and properly?
We've written to our minister, he's working on it, written to GRA when it comes to collection of taxes. GRA is in charge, we wrote to GRA, actually wrote to the ministry, and our ministry put a covering letter on it to GRA and Ministry of Finance. And I indicated in my earlier interview that Ministry of Finance is doing something about it. My indication is that they will call us together to resolve this matter. But be that is me, they still owe us the 400 Ghana cedis Civil Aviation gave us, not constitute the 10%, and the 5% that the law has given to Ghana.
Sure. Thank you very much, Mr. Suman. We'll have to leave it here because of time, and we are grateful that you're able to join us with your thoughts on this issue. We'll be following up because you say the Finance Ministry is working on this. Two other stories now.